Exactly right. Then you said freedom. Yes, indeed. It's funny because that's what it is, man. Like, and it's so funny because most of the time I'm spending time trying to figure out what to do. But it becomes very easy to decide what to do because I got a family. So it becomes like whatever they want to do. That's what I end up doing. Whatever my kids want to do, you know, they want to go to the park or the Dave and Buster's or whatever. Summertime here, they're not in school, we just go and do it. It's a beautiful thing, man. Yes, absolutely. Nehemiah was good. And it's like, that's why I like to talk about the mindset aspect of it too, because your mindset is going to determine everything that goes on. Like, you know, the freedom that you're looking for is in your mind first of all. And everything that you want to do in trading, as far as being profitable and being successful, that's in your mind. Like, you need the mindset to do it first. Before you start winning trades and being profitable at what we do, you got to have the mindset first. And people try to flip that around and they try to get something that is going to work or make them money first without having the mindset, and they never get there. And then they wonder why not. It's because you're doing it backwards. Doing it backwards. Otis said, I've had that freedom once before, but now trying to do it right. Exactly. Exactly. What's up, Winston? And it's like, you know, freedom is something too. Like, once you have it, it's like, you know, you fought to get it and you're going to fight to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't ever take for granted that stuff doesn't go on and stuff doesn't happen in life. That's another thing too. So I'm very like thankful and grateful, and that's why I'm always sharing. That's why I always do more than I have to do. You know, when you overdo it and you overgive, that's what you get back. That's how you keep it going, man. That's how you keep it going. People be wanting to know the secret. Oh, what's the secret to getting wealthy? The first thing is you got to get your mindset right. That's number one. It's just like when people come into training. You know, you're coming into training, you're learning how to trade the market, yes. But what do we focus on the most in our training? Y'all tell me. What do we focus on? The mindset, out the gate. Your first training, the first thing that you hear me talk about is your mindset. First thing. That's what it is. Winston said, did you talk about food already? Nah, not, well, did we? No, we did talk about food a little bit in the beginning. Jelani said, I haven't been on the charts like I want due to all these orders at work, but I haven't lost anything and still been able to train, so it's still a win for me. Exactly. Exactly. Jacob, what's good? Daniel said, it's like you said on training last night, I've had glimpses of freedom, or at least the idea what that will be like. I'll get it. Exactly. Exactly. Winston, you like the yellow, huh? I forgot why I put this on today. Oh, because somebody wanted a yellow cap. So I wore it so they see what it looks like. Who was that was asking me about a yellow cap today? Oh, Ed. I was like, I got a yellow on deck. I'm going to throw that on today. Yeah, it's all good though, man. It's all good. But that's what it is, man. And that's why the training continues to elevate. And if you notice, like, we're never stagnant in training. It's never like we get to a dry patch and it's like, okay, this is whack. Nah. If you look at the way the training moves and the way that we move in training, you notice how it just continuously gets better? You know why that is? Because we don't stop training. See, if you were to stop training, that's when you become stagnant. The training and the repetition of it is what keeps the vibration the way that it is moving for us. Like, it keeps us on the vibration, so it's impossible for you not to get better. How could you not? Just like I say all the time, it's impossible for you not to get it and to understand what's going on if all you do is train. It's impossible for you not to get it. You're going to get it. Only way that you're not is if you leave. If you remove yourself from the environment, that's the only way that it can't happen. And even then, some people leave and come back. When you come back, it's just like you never left. And you get right back into the groove, you know what I mean? So, it's almost like you never left. But, it's like you don't have to leave, just stay there. You stay there, you'll see the results of it, and it'll happen in so many subtle, smaller ways. Primarily with your mindset and the way that you think. You start thinking different. That's the first step. As soon as your thought process begins to change, that's when everything around you starts to change. The way that you're looking at the market starts to change. Your patience starts to change. It's a lot, man. Yeah, it's beautiful out here today, though. This is some lovely weather, man. That's why I came out just now. I came outside to warm up. Starbucks in there, they blasting that air conditioner, man. Yep, indeed. But usually when I come on, like in the daytime, like when y'all see me go on YouTube, that's usually around the time that I get on the charts anyway. So like around 2:30, 2:45, 3 o'clock, around that time. And not to say that you can anticipate a time of the day for the market to do anything, but that's just usually when I'm available to look at the charts. So like I came around a little earlier today because I had to take my son to this cooking class, so that's why I'm out here earlier. And it's still the same thing. I get on the charts, look to see what they look like, and it's gonna do whatever it's doing. Whatever it is, we just go with the flow. Most of the time, the market is telling you to stay out. But what becomes good about what we do is that that it's telling you to stay out. Like, that's something I talk about repeatedly too. A lot of times people, when they take trades, whether they're winning or losing, they don't understand why they're winning or losing. Like, they don't know anything. They don't know why they won. If I was to ask them, well, why'd you win that trade? What about the market was letting you know that it was okay to even take a trade? You know what I mean? Low, so it's good. So, little kids be bullying their parents. Parents be punks nowadays. Just let our kids do whatever they want to do. But yeah, so yeah, that's how it goes with the market, though. Just like this now, I stepped away for a little while, and I go back to the charts, go and take a look and see what they look like. Look at the transition of the market, like get an idea of whether it's transitioning and getting closer to what we're waiting for, and just follow and just observe. And when you do that, when you become very good at the observation process in the market, it just makes everything easier for you to do, because you're never stressed out about getting a trade. You know that it's only a matter of time before a trade comes. And that's because of the nature of the market itself. Like, the market is something that always is going to put itself in position to do something, right? So it never just always does one thing. So it's kind of like, you know how like people will feel like, oh, the market, you know, is set up and I missed it. And they'll feel, they had the fear of missing out. They feel like I missed it. You can never miss it. You might have missed an opportunity that might have come because you weren't available at the time. But you got to realize that what you're training to do is you're training and conditioning yourself to be patient and be in the right mindset when you watch the market. So what actually happens is you're positioning yourself to not be stressed while you wait. You see how powerful that is? That's crazy. Most people are stressed out. They're stressed out while they're waiting. They stressed out when they take a trade. They stressed out because they didn't take a trade. It's like you just stressed out all the time. Nah. What you do is you flip all that around, and instead of being stressed out and putting yourself in stressful situations and positions, you work on your mindset and not being stressed out first. And the better at that you become, the easier that the process becomes when you're dealing with the market. So now you put yourself in position where it doesn't even matter and you're not stressed out at all. You're just not stressed out. That transcends into you becoming profitable. Because you're never going to take a trade because you felt like you missed out. You're never going to take a trade because you feel under pressure because you haven't gotten a trade in X amount of time, right? All of the negative things that people end up doing, you're being trained not to do that. So in essence, you're really being trained not to lose. This is why people don't understand why I don't lose. It's not that I don't lose because I can't lose. I don't lose because all I do is train myself to be in the mindset where I'm not stressed out. Stress equals losing. Any way you look at it, you're going to lose physically because stress kills your body. And if you're stressed out when it comes to the market, you're going to lose trades. Ain't that crazy? Yo, see, this is why I love to come on, because like right now, you see how these nuggets are coming? This is valuable right now for somebody. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody right now is stressed out on the charts. Dad, I didn't get a trade. I didn't get a trade last week. I got to get one this week. Why? Don't be stressed out. Let the market come to you. And until the market gives it to you, keep your money in your account. You're not losing. There's more value in not losing than it is in trying to win and trying to force yourself into a win. You don't got to do that. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Ellis, what's happening? My wife just told me something about AHA pancakes. What she said? She said they got short stacks. 58-cent short stacks? What? We're gonna have to do that. I was gonna try to get a Firehouse sub, but I'm gonna wait now. Give me some pancakes. Otis said I kinda understood that when I was learning. Just really brought it all to light. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because when when you're in an environment where literally that's all we do all the time, it's like it's never offset by something different that redirects your attention away from what you need to focus on. It's like I was talking about this actually, I don't remember exactly when. Matter of fact, no, I do. It was the Facebook Live from Friday, the one that I do every week. I was talking about that. about how I've been in the markets for 27 years and I still train like a maniac. And it's like, why? Like, why do you do that? You've been in the markets that long, but still feel the need to have to train like that. So in other words, it's like I train like how a new person should and would train if they want to do it right. And it's like me, after all this time, I still train the same way. I try to out-train the new person. And that's my thinking, because I know that if I do that, that's how I continue to maintain the mindset that I need to be in and be focused on in order for everything to continue to flow smoothly. Because you got to realize, like, the market is crazy, and the market will tear you up. You don't ever think that the market won't do it to you. The market will do it to you. But you got to understand what's going to lead to that happening. It's not going to be because the market just decided to do something crazy. It's going to be because you stepped outside of the mindset and you lost your focus somewhere along the line. So that's all I do, is I train so that I never do that. That's what happens. Jacob said, I can agree. I have seen it with my friend and myself. Trading under stress has been a big no-no for me. That's it, man. That's it. Like, it's like that's the key. That's the key. The key to being free is being stress-free. Newkirk was good. But that's what it is, man. The key to being free is being stress-free. It's kind of like, you know, it's the same principle as far as the key to winning. Like, the real key to winning is learning how not to lose. I talk about that too. Reverse engineering the process. Put it like that. Scaff, what's good? There go killer right there. What's up, Scaff? But yeah, that is a fact. You know, so anytime that you're dealing with something, when you reverse engineer the process, that's how you really figure out how to do it over time. Because you can have short-term success doing something, but if you want the long-term success, and if you win it for the long run, and you're looking at it like it's a marathon instead of a sprint, when you go backwards, you got to start at the end and come back. That's my process all the time with everything. Start at the end and then work your way back, and you'll figure it out. It's just like, you know, how somebody will come into the industry and they're like, yo, you know, I want to make 200 a day, 300 a day. And it's like, well, why? Like, why? Where'd you get that number from? You understand? Your number got to make sense. First of all, why do you want to make that much? Second of all, why do you think that you'll be able to make that much? Like, how many people right now are doing that? So you really got to think things through before you say them. It's like people will just say things off the basis of what they want, instead of actually thinking them through and actually, you know, developing a plan that's actually going to allow them to get there. And that's what I always preach. I always talk about that, because that's more important than you just throwing out your numbers. Your arbitrary number is something that nobody cares about. It's like the market don't care that you want to make 300 a day. Market could care less. Market's like, all right, I hear you, but you play around with me, you'll lose that. Gary, what's good? Yep. So you know, it's nothing to play with, man. There's nothing to play with, and there's definitely a method to the madness. You know, like the way that we train is still insane. Nothing has changed. We're still doing the same thing that we've been doing the whole time. Matter of fact, it's even more now. James Wallace, what's happening? Yep, it's even more now. So, same reason why I be doing these lives. These lives is where the nuggets come from. Where you think all of this, like the vibration, why you think it just keeps going and keeps perpetuating? Because I don't stop. Never stop. Just keep going. I stepped outside real quick to warm up. I'm about to go back in now, look at the chart, see what's going on. That's it. And when you keep when you keep your cool and you just remain calm like that, and you remain in a stress-free zone, that transcends into your trading also. So because you're stress-free, your trading is going to be stress-free because you're not stressed out about getting trades. And then we talk about giving more value to your trades. That's a whole nother, that's another layer of your mindset. Not being scared to do it. You know how people are afraid when it comes time to scale up, and it's like, oh man, I gotta, I'm gonna increase my contract. Oh boy, here we go. It's like, well, what are you scared about? One contract is the same as 50. Huh? One contract is the same as 50. It's the same skill. You're doing the same thing you were doing with one. You're going to do the same thing when you go to 2 contracts, when you go to 5, when you go to 10. You see? See, that's why this mindset is crazy, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's so crazy. 100% true. Tyler said, that is the whole reason I joined this team. I noticed on your YouTube channel how chill you were. We chilling, doing what we do, just so calm and slow. I needed that. I was a hot mess. That's it, man. That's it. You hit it right on the head. When you stress, you are a mess. You want to be free, you got to be stress-free. That is facts. That is 100% facts, man. Yes, it is. I'm going to go back in here real quick and look at these charts real quick. Oh, it's already 1:30. Oh, snap. Wow, the time just flew right by. It's already 1:30. I didn't even know that. Perfect. Let's see what these charts are doing now. Market's slowing up a little bit. Where's that at, Holly? Here we go back to the food. Somebody was asking me a minute ago, we was talking about food yet. She talking about some bacon waffles from Scottsdale, Arizona. So what you mean? So Holly, the bacon is in the waffle? Or you mean bacon and waffle? I can't tell from how you said it. Okay, so it's all right. So bacon in the waffle and then 2 strips on the side, or waffle with 2 strips on the side. And you talking about like Belgian waffle, the big one?
Hello. How are you today? Good.
In the waffle and 2 strips on the side. Wow, nice. Very nice.
Hello.
Very nice. Chili in here. Probably get a couple more. Oh, it's called Butters? Okay. That's the name of the place? The name sound like the food is good. Yes, it does. Butters, yeah, they sound like everything in there is rich in flavor.
There's a code 12345. You're welcome. How are
He says scrambled eggs, whipped to the point that they taste like lush egg clouds. I can tell Holly's a foodie too. Holly is a foodie. Oh, you didn't get the eggs today? Okay. Stevie was good. You can see the market is transitioning. Yeah, it's transitioning a little bit. Yep. Holly said, if there was not NADEX, what would you trade? Probably, more than likely, probably I would be on the lookout still, like for a good solid forex broker. To my knowledge, I don't think that there's another platform right now that's similar to NADEX as far as the way that their binaries are set up. They have a very unique model, not only for the business model, but also for the instrument. Like if you look at how their binary is set up, it's not like traditional binaries. It uses the scale from, 0 to 100, and then you can place your trade anywhere within there as far as pricing and availability of the option. So it's very unique the way that they have it set up, but you can see that they took like the good parts of traditional binaries, and then they created the new instrument by fine-tuning what those binaries did not offer. Because I think that with the traditional binaries, what they did, usually they were like 80% payout. So in other words, if you risk $50, if you win, you make 40. It's that type of thing. And then also the way that you can enter a trade is it didn't have pre-designated strike prices. When you click in with the traditional binary, wherever you click in at becomes the strike. So like say I'm looking at it now and I see what the price is and I click in. If it puts me in the trade, wherever I click in at and get filled at will be the price level in the market that is going to be the determining factor for where the market has to end. You understand? So they took like the good parts of the way that those options work. They got this music mad loud. And they took their own model and then created the instruments that we trade on NADEX now, which are pretty good. Like it's the best that I've seen so far as the instruments that you can trade. Because the nature also of the way NADEX is set up is because it's an exchange. Now, instead of you trading against the broker, which is kind of how all the other platforms are kind of set up in a way. Now, technically, they're not supposed to be that way. So, in other words, it's supposed to be an open market. But they take the other side of your trade. That's why I left Forex. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. Christian, what's good, man? So because they take the other side of your trades, when you know what you're doing in the market, you can outsmart them, but then they'll do stuff like, if you make too much money, they'll make up something about, like they'll lie and say, you're doing something that's illegal to make these trades, and because of that, we're not paying you. And it's like all type of stuff they'll do. Like they just do little stuff that they're not supposed to be doing because they're not regulated. There's no one there to regulate them. So because nobody's there to regulate them, it's like, well, they don't got to answer to nobody. You understand? And because they don't have to answer to anybody, they do whatever they want and they get away with it. The market is starting to look good. Market is starting to look good. Now, I want you to pay attention to how the market is starting to look. I gotta get some water. I'll be right back. do the pachinga. Let's do the pachinga. This is pretty good. Yeah, but you'll see how the market is starting to look now? The way the market is starting to look now. Hitting it. It is getting there, definitely. This is good. I didn't hear what you told me what the name of this thing is. I forgot what it was. Find out what it's called. This is good. Pretty good. What did you say this was called again? What's this? Java chip? What's the crunch on the top? That's the same crunch they use for the
chocolate chip.
Oh, that's chocolate chip? That's nice. That's good. It's called Java chip frappuccino. I'm gonna get that. Pretty good.
Hello, how are you today?
Yeah, the environment is nice right now. Looking good. Right now on this, it's out of position. It's out of position right now, but the way that it's looking, you see how the market is actually looking? It's looking good now. Now, mind you, how long I've been on here for? Like almost 2 hours, right? I think I've been on this for not even. I've been on here for an hour and change. So in less than an hour and a half, you can see how quick the market will just shift. Like it shifted already. It already transitioned. So right now at this point, you can see the environment is nice. Behavior looks good. And you can see how it's transitioning into a more stable market. Now, you already know that that's what you're waiting to see. So when the market does that, it's just a matter of waiting for it to get in position, and then that's when our trades come. Like when the market gets in position, in the right environment, that's when our trades set up. So that's kind of all, that's all you wait for. Just getting good at recognizing the right environment and the right time. It gives you precision with the time. It's more about being in the market at the right time than it is about being in a good trade, quote unquote. Like I know people, they try to like put the emphasis on, oh, I need good trades, but you really don't. Because what you're thinking is a good trade could be a good trade as far as the setup goes, but you could be doing it at the wrong time. It's not about you trying to pick out good trades. Yeah, all we needed now to do is just get in position, and then you'll see things happen. This 90s music right here. My pride. Can't explain why your love makes me. What you know about that? James, is the MRMH from earlier reset? What time was that? I must have missed that. I might have missed that. Yeah, what time was the MRMH earlier? Yeah, SWV, you know it. Was that 10-10? Okay. I don't necessarily reset the MRMH all the time unless the market went out. You know, like if I see behavior went completely out, then I'll reset. If not, and I was monitoring like the whole time, I'll just wait for it to come back into the environment. Oh, matter of fact, now I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the one I called this morning. Okay. You don't necessarily have to reset from there. You know, wait for the environment and the behavior to look right, and then when you see a trade set up, just take it. At this point, because you had the MRMH earlier, so you know that a valid trade actually did set up, you know, with the right behavior at that time. I noted at that time, though, I had mentioned to continue to monitor the behavior because at the time the behavior wasn't solid the way that we wanted to be. So that kind of already was the heads up to wait for behavior to settle down and to be in place. And we have that now. So now you just continue in observation mode until you see a trade set up. The trade sets up now, you got permission to take it. get out of here, y'all. Go pick up my son real quick. I'll probably come back on a little later on YouTube. Like in an hour. Alright, I'll holler at y'all.